from New York City and the world. This is
number final chapter of the Virtual Dada Festival. This is the international part 2, and we've got so many wonderful performers with us from all over. Am I out of the frame or what is
just
it?
lean in and make it weird.
I am weird. I'm
Yeah.
weird wherever I'm sitting, right? Everybody will agree with me, even out there right now. But here we are, and of course, we have our Dada Journal MAINTENANT 19 with the theme, put us on there, with the theme ethics cleansing, which is why we're wearing these crazy helmets with wipers, because if we get a thought, an ethical thought, like, oh, I feel sorry, but boom, it's gone, wiped away. Oh, I want to help, so boom, it's wiped away. We don't need ethical behavior, ethical thoughts. Bing, it's wiped away.
None of the leaders today have ethical thoughts. So
we're all here with ethics cleansing, and what we're here is to expose the lack thereof in a lot of the administration, political situations, and a lot of the followers of those two things have just lost a kind of feeling for, like, I don't care about people. It's wiped away.
It's impossible to see how crazy things
There
have
it
gotten,
is.
but through Dada
right.
and our MAINTENANT journal,
MAINTENANT 19.
this is a journal of contemporary Dada writing and art. This is our 19th issue, and we are so
18.
happy to be here today with several of the contributors from around the world, and they are going to perform. It's going to be fantastic. We thought maybe what we could do first is read a little bit from the introduction so you get a handle on what it is that we're
I
doing.
took off the gloves.
Ah.
No, you know what happens when that happens.
Uh-oh.
I took the gloves off.
Ah.
We're not gonna. Whoops, you need help?
No.
Okay, put it up there. Take it up a little higher.
Pop.
All right. Papa. Okay, so we're gonna read the introduction to ethics cleansing theme of MAINTENANT 19.
In the face of right and wrong by the breed of weak or strong, humanity has placed far too much emphasis on belongings, not belonging.
There was a time when ethical behavior had a fixity of purpose, the prevention of corruption, favoritism, undue influence, and abuse of entrusted power.
Yet, it is those who commit these transgressions that prosper most by completely dispensing with the need for ethics.
What exists is a philosophy where the only guiding principle is to ensure the greatest profits.
These times of ethics cleansing enable some to think they are better than others.
But if someone must be better, then let it be
ourselves.
That's what we're after.
Yeah.
Let's find out how we can be better. And anybody else that's not on this side of the coin, well, they're going in the wrong direction. They're hurting a lot of people, and we're not going to do that. We're going to hopefully outweigh them one day. You know, hopefully we're going to just continue to outweigh them, and hopefully we will survive past them. And that's what we're going to continue to do, to try to outweigh them and to continue to survive.
Using Dada to help us.
Well, Dada is our
navigate a way forward.
What was it, Dada is? Isn't that a title of a book? Dada is our something. No, it's okay.
Beatrice is our Dada.
Beatrice is our Dada. That's right.
Okay.
I knew it was familiar. Anyhow, why don't we get going? We have wonderful readers from all over. Today we have people from Spain, France, Italy, Romania, the Ireland,
Estonia.
and abroad in Estonia, and Germany.
All right.
How about that? I mean, who in the middle of the day here in America gets a show like this? No one. And over in the international side of things, on the other side of the pond, no one either. It's us. We're doing it. Three Rooms Press, MAINTENANT 19. And we have such a great family of wonderful, gifted, thoughtful artists. And we're going to bring up the first one right now who will prove to you how gifted and original and unique they are. Imanol, Buisan in Barcelona, right?
Hello. Hi, so good to see you.
Good to see you,
Thank you.
Imanol. We're going to
Okay.
let you take it away, okay? They've had enough of us.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm going to make a live collage, and I choose to mix a vacuum cleaner techno song with Martin Luther King speech. I think that this match for this cleaning ethics cleaning, and we want to see how this works. Yes? Can I start?
We can see you.
Good.
You're in.
Okay.
I have the questions. One day, this day is going to set this right. The whole thing sounds to be so evident, and all their obligations. One day, we break from control. But the song of playing from the will make it I have a question. One day, even the same Mississippi of faith will bring people in darkness. What the people these transformed in slaves, freedom is justice. Bye. He will be able to into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
The song. We're here
He will
watching
be
him
able to work
create
together, play together,
a work of
together.
a collage. And some of the sound isn't coming through his, but we love his socks, and he doesn't have plumber's butt. So we really like this. I mean, this is him at work. This is the work that he does. And it's not often you get to see someone creating work. And wait till you see the end result. So don't worry, Imanol, we love you. So keep going.
Okay.
I keep going.
Yes, please. Not gonna be it.
Okay.
Go,
Wait.
go, go. We love you.
Okay. So I'm gonna get rid of us now.
Freedom reigns from the mighty mountains of the north. Let freedom reign from the heights. Let freedom reign from the
You're starting to get plumber's butt. No, I'm kidding.
We can do that one.
Let freedom reign from the mountains of God. Let freedom reign from the mountain of finishing. Let freedom reign from every hill and mountain. Let freedom reign within us. When we he will be Jews and Gentiles, and Catholics will be able to hold the hand and sing in the word. Free at last.
Ah, the song's finished. We finish here. Okay. Can you see? It's like a stalker is watching the other person. I I I can hear you. I can.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry,
I'm
yes.
sorry. Yes. yes.
What would you call this if you gave it a name?
Don't stalk, please.
Don't stop, please.
No, sir. Stop stalking.
Stop stalking.
Okay, very good.
Imanol Buisan
Yay.
in Barcelona, Spain,
Thank you so much.
created us. Stop stalking.
All right.
You know?
All right. Stay on. And
What a great move. Thank you.
yeah, we'll see you
Great
at the
place to
end.
begin to
Later.
actual in the moment in the bowels of creation.
All right.
Speak.
That's an amazing
So-
collage. Thank you. Okay, so
Pleasure.
Imanol.
beautiful.
Imanol Buisan. And now we're going to the next country over toward the east, right?
Uh-huh.
And that would be France. And what would be
What?
a city in France you think of first?
Uh, Marseille?
No, no, I would for the bouillabaisse, but
Okay.
I would not here
Okay.
dealing with Dada. So maybe in my mind, Marseille, but no, Paris. And in Paris, where we just were in September and performed with Malik Crumpler and had a wonderful time at the Le Cave Cafe, we are going to have him with us today, performing virtually from Paris, right here. And please take it away. Bring Malik up so we can say hello. Malik!
Okay. We can't hear you.
So we can say, we can't hear you.
Adrenochrome,
Oh, that's you.
We can hear your voice.
adrenochrome, adrenochrome, anonym, adrenochrome. Calling adrenochrome. Can you hear me, adrenochrome? Can you hear me, adrenochrome?
Yes.
Adrenochrome, adrenochrome, adrenochrome. The music has stopped. They've taken the adrenochrome again. Maintenant, il ne reste plus qu'à être vigilante. C'est fini. Cobalt insomnia. C'est fini. Fear of our collective translucent unknowns, always abruptly flinching in our international India mirror. Maintenant, tout ce que nous avons, c'est la résilience. C'est fini. All our azure anxieties over what malignant magentas might really mean. Maintenant, c'est fini. All our cerulean concerns about what if whatever's under that mask made of magnets is as usual and awful as that old mask made by mass manipulation of planned obsolescence. Maintenant, adrenochrome, adrenochrome. Maintenant, il ne reste plus que clarifier. Ça commence. Our collective clarity that underneath all ultramarine inconsistencies are amusing ultraviolet anomalies. If we just focus all our attention on our pistachio perceptions concernant l'impossible. Maintenant, c'est vraiment un conflit d'ondes entre psychique collective. Ça ne s'arrêtait pas. Contrôler les récits, c'est avait une fois de plus être le meilleur arme. Invisible weapons forged by humans being classified as more important than others being wisteria. Pour l'instant, maintenant, they drink adrenochrome, anonyme, mais. Was any of that heard? Was any of that heard?
We can hear the words, but not the music.
We can't hear that little horn of yours.
Oh,
You can't hear the horn?
Can't hear that horn. I
No.
don't know why they cut it out, but guess
Because
what?
that's the metaphor.
There
They've
you go.
cleansed it.
yeah.
They've cleansed the sound. They've cleansed our music.
A lot of goddamn sons of bitches can't hear anything. So
They have cleansed
it's a
everything.
part of the
to
piece.
play fair.
Right.
I'm with you.
There
Okay.
you go. MAINTENANT. Okay, thank you.
Malik
for the
Crumpler in
Woo!
Paris, France.
I
What
love
lucky people we are to have his performance, Imanol, creating both so creative performances, and we're gonna take the next step. Go, baby, go.
Okay.
They're probably cutting us out too. We don't know.
We
We don't know if they're cutting us out.
Right.
Anyhow, let's go on to our next performer,
Dario.
who is Dario Roberto
Roberto
Dioli,
Dioli.
who's in up near Milan or right near Milan or inside Milan. Dario! He's giving a big bear hug.
Dario.
We're turning it over. Turn it over.
Hi, how you doing? I'm fine here. He's a friend of mine. I don't want to hurt him. Oh. Thanks for hosting me even this time in Maintenance 19. Is my collage I did when I found the stamp here on top, a stamp from 1964 USA about the treaty ban of nuclear treaty ban. And so with this, I started this little, any nuke is already too much. You see like a day after. And some primitive with Wi-Fi and this kind of day after to teeth, letter set and naked primitive mans and monkeys and what I liked. I would like to read you a couple of poetry, terminal realist poetry. It's an avant-garde movement founded by Guido Dani, an Italian poet. And I joined last year. Thanks to Maura Zerella, our friend Maura Zerella translated. And so I start with this: torture. Water drops that are daggers and sleep deprivation. Locked like never rebooted computers, they scream as if in a horror film. The tortured are televisions with a burned liquid crystal gaze and muted audio. Or the second one, the umpteenth unconceivable war. Corpses look like puppets. To the shredder in bad weather, and the explosion deafening everyone. Hurt only the poor. Doves like drones not to take off, and they're always the one who die. The kids, they identify us and them only when they make teams. Then they spin around like treadmills. They don't see skin tones but countless color charts. With a good snack together, they sign armistices between winners and losers. That's all. I love my bear. I don't want to hurt him. but I see some flies in my house. I think he died this time. Thanks for hosting us, guys. It's all.
Yay!
Dario,
Dario!
one of
We
the
love
great
your bear.
Ciao.
your bear. We don't want to hurt it either. But one of the great lines I've ever heard is the umpteenth and inconceivable war. What a beautiful line.
Yeah.
We should all say that every day of our lives.
Yeah.
The umpteenth and inconceivable war. You know,
Thank you.
what's the important one? When one person died is important, and we're still doing it every goddamn day. We need to change this, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
With you beating your bear, you're changing that to people,
Yeah.
and I appreciate and respect. There
Thank
you go.
you.
That's what we
Awesome.
need. All right,
Thank
Dario,
you.
Roberto,
Bye.
Dioli, thank you so much
Thank
for joining us.
you.
That was
Okay.
Dario in Milan, and what a line! What a line! It makes so much sense to
Mhm.
what we're doing, and it's great that he went where he did and picked that. To hear that line has changed my life. So
Yeah.
it's wonderful. That's what we're doing here.
And speaking of changing your life, we've
Yeah.
got Sandra G. and Heck.
Yeah, who's in the
Hello.
wonderful part of Spain.
Good evening.
We're
Thank you
gonna
for
come
having me
visit you
again.
too. Last night we had Maureen Alsop, who lives on
Magnetic Island.
Magnetic Island, right north of Australia, and we all can just go there and like pitch a
Anytime.
tent,
Yeah.
you know. And
But we'll come and
but
visit
we're
you
coming
too.
to visit you first on the way to
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So take Sandra Gia in Spain right now. She's
Thank
gonna
you.
take it on.
Thank you for having me. And thank you for having my collage in this year's edition. This is the collage I made. It's called The Shadows in My Closet. So as you said in the beginning, if we don't look at ourselves, I mean, if I don't look at myself first, there's no need to look more outside. So I will start by reading a short statement about the artwork, and I will proceed to performing a poem I wrote inspired by the artwork. So, the shadows in my closet exposes the invisible wound and confusion of an instinctive nature, yielding to the societal narratives of shame as a way to survive. Trapped, fueled by the rage of self-betrayal and self-abandonment, younger versions of myself linger in the shadowlands of my subconscious. The creative process becomes the crucible for ethics cleansing, rage alchemized into a piece of redemption, self-forgiveness, and freedom. When did my body become a guest house for your demons? Why did I let shame poison my heart? Meet me at the gates of Troy. I am beating the drum with a dead root I pulled from the black earth. A thread of thorns runs through my bloodline. I am the stranded daughter, whirling with the vultures into labyrinths of timelines, labyrinths of silences. I've bruised myself on dead-end roads, looking for the forgotten daughters of my lineage, sold by their mother at the slave market, sacrificed by their sisters at the temple. The hourglass is empty. I have devoured the last pomegranate. as if there were no tomorrow, because there isn't. What is love? 1,000 wild roses pulsing in my womb. Thank you.
Thank
happened to our video?
you.
Where's our video? Oh, here we
There
go.
we are.
Okay, so we've thank you so much, Sandra Gia, in the best part of Spain, which we're coming to soon, all of us. So,
Yes,
let's,
thank you.
you know, hopefully your yard is big enough for us, or your land around you.
The place is big enough and my heart is big enough. So
And we
you're
know that your
welcome.
heart is big enough. And that's why we're here. You know, our hearts are big enough. You know, that's a beautiful thing about what we're doing. And the people we find and the family that we create and those who grow beyond belongings to belong is that our hearts are big enough. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Sandra.
you, Sandra.
You're absolutely right.
Wonderful.
I'll quote you forever on that.
Thank you.
Well, all right. So we have changed our hats from the wiping ethics cleansing, bing, bing, bing. I kick, boom, gone. No, now we put on our camouflage umbrellas to protect us until the drone comes and the drone says, that's camouflage, drop the bomb. And we did this for a reason, to make sure that the first bomb that falls on us, so we're not around anymore to listen to this crap and live through this crap. But through this show, there's been so many wonderful moments that I'll take this off right now because I do want to live. I want to live. You know, 1958, Susan Hayward. So what? I want to live. You know, but if they're gonna come get us, and if it's really gonna happen, if we're gonna be taken out, take me first. I don't want to live through the sorrow, the horror, or any more of this. And they're not gonna win in the long run. Nobody's gonna win.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
What we're doing is, and it's not even about winning. What we're doing now is feeling, and it's just beautiful.
And
to be a part
speaking
of
of feeling,
hey,
Fausto.
no, we have Fausto Grossi, Generoso Grossi, and he's in Italy now, but he lives in Spain. And we love you, Fausto. Take it away.
Me too. I love it.
You love
I love you, everybody. So,
Bilbao, he lives.
Bilbao, Basque Country. So, as usual, I am interpret, you know, but yes, this is, so, this is my proposal. See? And the title of this is in Italian. I don't hear you. Doesn't matter. Okay. I know, because, okay. So the title is in Italian, of course, which don't mean anything, but, you know, I put this title. Quello che definisce in divenire. I don't know what this means, neither in Italian. You know, they have many possibilities because, you know, many people say, Fausto, you are an artist. Fausto, you are a performer. Me? Fausto, you are a male artist. You are, Fausto, you are a visual poet. Fausto, you are a sculptor. You make sculpture. No. I am a human being. That is what all I am. A human being. Ciao. Ciao. Finito.
Let him be. Please let me.
That's it. He's done. Yay!
Fausto!
Fausto, you are a
Fausto,
human
did it
being.
also.
Ah,
His hometown village, right? You're in your hometown village in Italy?
yeah. In my
Okay.
village, yes. And between Rome and Naples.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a part of Italy. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. It's the north of the south.
It's the north of the south.
Yeah. You know Dario, no?
Right.
The north of the south.
Yeah.
Ah,
What is
Yes.
it?
what?
Half a brain or what is
No,
it?
Mezzogiorno.
Mezzogiorno.
Mezzogiorno, sì. Buonanotte. Mezzanotte e
North of
mezzogiorno.
Mezzogiorno.
Ah, very good, friend.
You're a
Yeah.
wonderful
I love you.
Fausto, and
Thank you.
you
for
are a
being
human being. I can attest
Yes.
to that fact.
Yeah.
We can. Kat and I both.
Absolutely.
Thank you, thank
Here and
you.
everybody watching.
Ah,
We can all feel the same thing from Fausto. Thank you.
Thank you. All
you're
right.
welcome. Thank you to organize this.
Adio.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is one of a kind, and it always will be. And we're so fortunate to have the family we have. You know, we're
Yeah.
so fortunate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I say,
So,
ciao, my friend. Ciao, ciao.
now, so the next.
So, I mean, what we do with this book is create family, but we, just create belonging, not belongings, as we talk about in our opening, in our intro this year. But especially what we do with this book for 18 years now. The first year was created by Arthur Cravan in 1913, March of 1913. He created MAINTENANT, a journal that he printed himself and pushed around in a wheelbarrow throughout Paris and sold it for a franc in those days. And he would go to a racetrack, he would go to a reading, he would go anywhere, and there were all these different articles in his MAINTENANT. His first 5 issues, he created 5 issues, and there were many different writers with many different names, but the catch was they were all Arthur Cravan under different guises. And a lot of people thought this was quite clever, and a lot of people thought he was full of shit, and a lot of people thought he was an asshole and full of himself, not just shit. So what we can do today is respect what Arthur Cravan did, because he was the precursor to Dada before World War I, which did destroy him, but so what? Before World War I, World War I was the creator of Dada, 1916, in Switzerland, a neutral country, at Cabaret Voltaire, which we, Kat and I, and Dario, and Béné was supposed to be here tonight, who couldn't make it, but we performed at Cabaret Voltaire this year, finally, after 18 years of doing this journal. You're going to read Béné's? Okay, let her read Béné's and we'll talk some more.
Béné was going to be here tonight, but she couldn't make it. So I will read her piece, Benedicta Kusendila, Madness. It is a minstrel calling for concern while castle lords have their vassals jump through hoops. We see Facebook posts triumph that inflation has fallen and groceries are cheap again. Ha ha ha. While wise women bequeath eggs and gold teeth in their will. We hear the beat of war drums and secretaries of defense who dream of avenues named after them. where billions are still being found, where millions for healthcare evaporated. We feel anger when patients are labeled fraudsters while being cheated by old age or theft by executive order. We recognize an oligarchy when a lineup of technocrats make believe that they have dictated 1984, Mein Kampf, or anything Hannah Arendt wrote, make it sound good and look nice, keep us dumb and dumber. We might laugh at your command. Reynard the Fox reigns supreme while King Noble struggles to hold court today. It is a gesture crying out for empathy and earth clinging to cherry blossoms. That was Benedicte Kusendila. And now we have Peter introducing our next
I
reader.
thought I was reading my piece.
Okay, he's going to read his piece.
I'm going to read my piece from the book. And I hate that this is the first time, especially in our international presentation, our international show, that I mentioned the orange turd or whatever you want to call him here in this country, who's the strongest ruler in the world. He's the weakest ruler in the history of time. There might have been kings that were 3 years old that they wiped them out before, that they could take over. And that's okay. They were 3. I wish we were smarter because this guy's no more than 3. And it's sad how he could have come into power, but maybe it's because he's getting so much of the attention that everything's going another way. Whatever the truth is, we don't need the truth anymore in the big picture. So anyhow, here's my piece in the book. Let's make an art of the deal or no deal. Only a fool wouldn't accept a luxury gift like this from Qatar, says the former and current U.S. Pres. And while this time might seem interminable, one day the orange debris will be cold in the ground. But for right here now, he sits proudly in his seat with co-felon Musk right there by his side, ready to take off. DJT, the Qataris are fools for giving me such a plane. Elon Musk wants to say it's a jet, but takes a hit of ketamine instead. Cut to the Qatari Saudis. Note, number 1 supports Hamas. Number 2 helped to fund 9/11. Qatari Saudi 1. So you're sure the remote pilot system will control the direction of the plane? Qatari Saudi 2. It's a jet. And yes, we can fly the jet to any location we decide to target. Cut to the Department of Homeland Security with Kristi Noem and Vice President J.D. Vance. Kristi Noem. So you really think there is no security breach if we give the go-ahead to the president to take off? J.D. Vance. Absolutely. I see no problem whatsoever with him accepting their gift. Let her rip. R.I.P. Back to the plane. Jet. DJT. I'm glad they were able to put toilets in each seat. Elon Musk. You can say that again. Peas in seat. DJT says it again. Qatari Saudi 1. So exactly where do you think would be the most effective target? Qatari Saudi 2. At first I was leaning toward the Pentagon again, but the more I think about it, either Tehran or Tel Aviv would be the most beneficial. You decide. Back to the jet. DJT. I want a second plane to keep for myself. Elon Musk. Keep this one. Listen, I need to get out of here. Don't we all need to get out of this?
Yay!
Even the low-life first trillionaire Elon Musk knew it's time to get out of this, and it's time for this guy to be interminably in the ground.
Out.
All right.
Out. Hey, that brings up our
Guess
next
what?
reader.
We have our next reader was also with us at the Cabaret Voltaire
In
September
Zurich?
14th, Sunday, September 14th, the finest show we ever did. And here she is, Iulia Militaru. Here she comes. Bring her on.
Okay, thank you.
In Romania.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Thank you, Peter and Kate, for having me. I'm going to read a short fragment from a manifesto I wrote a few years ago. It's for a project that I haven't finished yet, but I'm still working on it. The name of the manifesto is Against Cleansing, a Feminist Introduction to the Literary Strike. So, let's begin. This text will share the fate of a female flaneur, a word with such an inappropriate resonance, generating an almost monstrous image, a deviation. She may only cross dedicated, well-defined spaces. Of course, these spaces differ in size, importance, and degree of freedom, according to a specific person, generically called she. That happens simply because she is the space itself. That is how they let her enter the world of man on a necessary static empty space, to be filled. How could one accept a moving space that cannot be captured? What happens when space itself becomes a flaneur? For there was also a she lost in the dark streets of the city or cast outside the citadel, without space and without history, they say. But wherever any form of existence lives, there is both space and history. It is precisely from there that a she once emerged and no one knew anything about her. That she was confined in a laboratory in a space of experimentation. Let's wonder, why, with whom did the white man's gaze associate this space? Does she produce it? Is the laboratory the breach through which she was allowed to enter his world? And yet, she was forcibly brought here, her wandering stopped, confined and subjected to the investigative gaze, a curiosity. The submission of the moving space is a labor of knowledge, and its understanding requires placing your own story in that space, leaving your trace. That is, in fact, what literature teaches us, to leave deep traces in a moving world. Literature is the school of knowledge and mastery of the space submission. There, the investigative gaze is produced. It will then deny its origin to create a practical text applied to the world. In this way, the laboratory becomes the space where literature materializes its gaze. This is the fate of the female flaneur. Once confined and supervised, how can she live? This is a revolt against the investigative gaze and a discrediting of the laboratory. Literature no longer supports or produces spaces for him, but instead begins to wander across and through him, contaminating, altering, and entangling his elements. The movement of elements and forms of existence is slow, but it removes all these forms of existence from the reach of the gaze. The investigative gaze no longer represents them. It becomes ineffective and shuts down. The literary production of such a gaze stops. We go on a literary strike. The laboratory space where the literary strike went on liberates the body subjected to experimentation. Once freed, this body must wander through the world marked by investigative gaze. There, literature still functions as the product of that gaze. To speak of all this means to find a stopping point where the text of the liberated body does not merely fulfill a rebellious function, but also becomes literature. We need a reconfiguration of the space. But how do we change literature? In this respect, I will position myself in the field of forms of existence as a writer with an alienated body, limited to two possibilities of making literature, creating vast spaces always from the real flanner and supporting his project of submission, or halting literature for a time, more precisely, moving the space and making it inaccessible, then resuming the work of its reconfiguration together with the other working bodies. We will exclude what has excluded us. This process of excluding those who violently exclude is, in fact, an act of inclusion and cooperation, of bringing together negated and eradicated elements, those prevented from manifesting. Once they meet within new relationship and networks, a space for collective writing will emerge. Literature, even when written in solitude, is a collective product. There is no singular author. The need to be unique becomes a source of despair and suffering. This movement may begin, like any revolt, with halting the production sustained by an investigative gaze, going on a strike, proposing demands, and reconfiguring the relations so that, in the end, she will generate the revolutionary space. Thank you.
Thank you.
Iulia,
Thank you.
Militaru.
Militaru. Thank you so much for that manifesto and that performance. This is incredible, and you just hit it right on the money. So this is all a performance for of Dada
Oh, we got one.
from our journal MAINTENANT 19,
Yeah,
a journal of contemporary Dada writing and art. And we have one more performer today at our 2025 Virtual Dada Festival. This is the fourth part of the Virtual Dada Festival.
Final and fourth.
And that final performer is Samantha
Abroad.
Sharp.
Samantha R. Sharp, who
coming
is
to
in
us
New York, but not today.
today.
She's in Estonia.
Estonia.
So we have Samantha R. Sharp on our show. What an original day. What an original time. What an original hour. I don't think you could watch anything for an hour and see anything more original today than what we've done. And
Right.
Samantha R. Sharp, the weight's on you now.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to go last. I feel like there's a lot of pressure now. But thank you so much. Yes, I'm joining from Estonia today, but my home base is in New York. Since I am away from home, I don't have my copy of the journal, but I'm going to be reading the poem that I had published in this volume. And the title is Screams Softly into Endless Summer. But at one point, in some version of this poem, the title is Fast Food Manifesto, which I think still touches on some of the themes in the poem. So I'll do my fast food uniform as I read the poem. A dark pink Jeep rolls up to the window. The top half of me folds into the hot air, and a pool water smell burns my throat. From this angle, I can see myself in the drive-through camera. An order pops up on my monitor, and as hard as I try not to, I recite it out loud. Whatever, I like the way my voice sounds when I pronounce 2 frozen lemonades and a Coke Zero, and a large cup of ice. The driver reaches into a tote bag, pulls out the most expensive piece of technology I've ever seen, and touches it to my reader. Today's Friday. Are those lemonades for her kids or for her husband? I ask my work wife. She says lemonades for the kids, Coke Zero for the husband. Later, it starts to storm, and we take turns vaping inside the big fridge. When I'm in there, I like to rotate the milks. I don't really care if they expire, but I like the motion. I think about the Coke Zero woman on a beach, collecting shells in her giant tote bag. I picture the tires on her pink Jeep, all covered in sand. In the distance, a chimney strews orange dust over dunes. Seagulls dance in plastic particles. Beautiful music plays, and I can almost hear it. Acid rains on ice cream, benzene whipped bovines croon, android alphabets. Thank you.
Hey,
Nice job,
thank
Samantha,
you,
our
Samantha, sure.
New York via Estonia right now. You are abroad. I'm so happy that you were able to buy into
Right.
my, invitation and saying, hey, you're
Let's
part of
do
this as
it.
much as anybody is, and you are. You
Right.
just not only proved it, but you just are. There's
Thank
no
you
proof.
so much.
There's no need for proof. You are a part
Thank
of it.
you.
And thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So this is MAINTENANT 19, ethics cleansing, and we can do this. Come on. There it is. Okay, so I'm thinking that I should do good. There's no need to do good for anybody on this earth. This is our theme for this year, ethics cleansing. And this was our costume for this year. She's got the camouflage to get the first bomb, and I have to keep cleansing this mind for me to have to think about any damn thing that's good for anybody,
And the
because
bubble
we need
skirt.
to go out for ourselves, but not ourselves, just the rich, even if we're not rich.
Right.
Let's go out for, wait, it's over. Whoops, no, it's not over, but right?
He can't stop cleansing.
I
Okay.
stopped. Okay, so after this show, what an original, unique group of people. Every time we do this in the
Mhm.
international, it's like nobody's ever seen anything like we just presented. And it's not about us presenting it, it's about everybody who presented. And to have the freedom to do that, and to know that that freedom will not be, altered or wanting to be changed. We're going to see this forever. And we're so happy to be a part of this, to be not the catalyst, but a part. We're the same part that everybody you saw tonight is. Everybody is that unique addition. What?
Right.
What do you hit
So
here?
nothing. I was gonna say, why don't you come up with the this?
So next year we do, but I'm talking about this time and this show.
Mhm.
And this show was so fulfilling to us, and I know to everybody here. I mean, this is a little over an hour. And how could you spend an hour of your life? What do you want to watch? Law and Order, the 116th year of Law and Order. And they didn't even have film then, or they just barely did. And this is the 116th year of Law and Order. Is that what you want? No fucking way. What we want is the originality and uniqueness that we shared today with the world. And that's what we want, and that's what we did. And we're so fulfilled by doing it and having the people with us today, having Imanol Buisan create a collage, Malik Crumpler present what he presented, Dario again present what he presented, Sandra Gia in the greatest part of Spain, Fausto in Italy from Spain, and we had Béné, who couldn't make it today, Marieta Maglas, Iulia in Romania. What a beautiful presentation. Maryam Raz is doing a documentary, and Silvio Severino in Ireland couldn't make it, and Samantha R. Sharp abroad. She's in Estonia, and from us where we are in New York, great, good for us, good for all of us, and Elzbieta Zdunek in Germany also is a part of this show, and we're all a part of it together. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for MAINTENANT 19.
Thank you.
And now it's time for us to mention the new theme, which is coming up, and our submission period will be January 1st through March 15th for the new theme.
What is the new theme?
And the new theme is impropaganda. And we're just taking to the cleaners right now with the false news, fake news. Every media outlet is full of shit.
Social media, where
Social
you
media
can't
is
believe
carrying
anything.
the full of shit media.
Can't believe anything on the internet.
What we can believe is what
Yeah.
we
You
presented
can
from
make
our
fake
hearts today.
videos of everything.
But
we don't do that.
everything we have here is in propaganda, and our sub-theme is without truth, there is no need for disapproval. You say, well, his disapproval rate is 137%. Well, hey, there's no 137%. Plus, there's no need for a disapproval rate because it means nothing. It means shit. It means a zero right now within propaganda. And that's our job now in this next issue, our 20th issue, to expose this on the grandest scale and to cut right through their bullshit, and let's move on and make a better world right now. We don't need another year. We need
right.
this. Number 20.
This is Dada for the 21st century.
Dada for the 21st century, and a rallying cry for creative dissent.
Yeah.
We've done it. We love everybody on the show today. Please.